Hey, what is up everybody? It is AJ here, and in today's video I'm going to tell you the top 5 things you need to know about the newly announced Microsoft Surface Laptop 5. It's kind of crazy to believe that the Surface Laptop 5 is in its 5th generation. I remember when the first one came out back in 2017 and I thought it was a great looking laptop. Now it's in generation 5, and honestly between generation 1 to generation 5 they look almost identical on the outside, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. In today's video, I'm going to tell you the top 5 things you need to know about what's new in generation 5 of the Surface laptop. And of course, if you like this video, let me know by giving it a thumbs up. If you want to supercharge the ways your computer, hit that subscribe button as well. The first and the most obvious change from Surface Laptop 4 to Surface Laptop 5 is the jump in processor from 11th gen Intel to 12th gen. Microsoft is claiming this gives you up to 50% more performance generation on generation, which is massive, and I actually think they may be right. The 11th gen Intel processors in the i5 and the i7 variant, they were quad-core processors. Now with 12th gen, you get 10 cores in both i5 and i7. Of course, when I get my hands on the new Surface Laptop 5, I'm going to put it through all these different benchmarks and paces to really see if it stacks up to that 50% more battery improvement, more performance improvement. We'll talk about battery in a second. So if you're interested in that video, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss it when it comes out. Another notable difference though in the Laptop 5 over Laptop 4 is that there is actually no more support for AMD in the Laptop 5. I personally thought the AMD variant of the Surface Laptop 4 was the better option, and it's interesting to see they've actually just stuck with Intel, and I'm not sure whether it's due to chip shortages, a collaboration with Intel, an issue with AMD, I don't know, but I actually think it's a bit of a miss given that I really like the Surface Laptop 4 with the AMD Ryzen processors. Another notable difference between Surface Laptop 4 to Surface Laptop 5 is around battery life and battery size. Now this is a little bit of speculation right now, but if I compare the tech specs on the Microsoft website of the Laptop 4 versus Laptop 5, the dimensions are the exact same, but there's 2 differences. The Laptop 5 is slightly heavier than the Laptop 4, and the Laptop 4 actually tells you how much battery is in each device, where on the Laptop 5 they completely disregard putting battery size on the website. I think they've actually made the batteries a little bit smaller in the Laptop 5, which doesn't account for the weight difference. I'll get to that in a second. But I think they've made the batteries a little bit smaller in Laptop 5, and they've still managed to get a bit better battery life out of it. So where does that weight come from? Well, we're going to touch on repairability in a second, but Laptop 5 is more repairable than Laptop 4, which means there's a few extra bits of glue and pieces that are repairable, which means they all add a bit of weight. I reckon to keep the weight from not getting too drastic generation on generation, they've actually reduced the battery size just a little bit in the Laptop 5. Another thing that makes me think of this is the fact that they've jumped from 11th to 12th gen Intel processors, and you're only getting between 30 minutes and an hour improved battery performance. Which makes me think what is happening is they've reduced the battery size a little bit to compensate for the extra components for the repairability, and they're using the efficiencies of the 12th gen processors to actually still give you better battery life overall in the Surface Laptop 5. Of course, this is just speculation right now. When I get my hands on a Laptop 5, I'm going to test all of this and confirm it for you, but I think it's one thing to note that it's gotten a little bit heavier, you're getting a little bit better improvement in battery life, and overall it's a better package, but I do think there were some compromises under the hood. Another welcome change to the Surface Laptop 5 is again improved repairability. Microsoft and the industry as a whole has been on this trend for improved repairability of devices for a while. The first generation Surface Laptop was basically not repairable at all, and every generation year on year they've added extra parts that can be repaired. I think this is a really good trend where you don't have to replace the entire computer, but if you need to, you can replace the component that was broken. It's not a perfect model just yet, and yes, you do need an approved Surface technician to repair it for you, but if you do something like you break the screen or the keyboard or the SSD or something like that, it's nice to know that you can have that component replaced instead of having to swap out the entire device. I think this is a really good trend, and I hope it continues. Microsoft is really leading their Surface repairability on their Surface Pro 9. I'd recommend you check out that Microsoft Mechanics page that gives you a full breakdown of it. And a lot of what's happened in the Surface Pro 9 in terms of repairability is also transferred across to the Surface Laptop 5 as well. So I think it's a really good trend that the devices are getting more and more repairable, and as we can see, it's only adding a little bit of weight. They're still looking as beautiful as ever, but it means it's a lot more serviceable, and hopefully the devices last longer, because if you break a component, it can be fixed instead of throwing it out and having to get a brand new laptop. Another big difference with the Surface Laptop 5 and pretty much every Surface device is whether you're buying a commercial or a consumer SKU. The consumer SKU only ships with Windows 11 Home, whereas the commercial SKU you can either choose Windows 10 or Windows 11, and they're both Windows 10 Pro or Windows 11 Pro, which obviously gives you the pro features you need for your business. Another change here with the commercial SKU is that you actually get a slightly better version of the Intel processors inside of it. Yes, both the consumer and the commercial get Intel 12th generation, but the commercial version gets slightly higher clock speeds compared to the consumer SKU. It's nothing massive, but if you're wanting the most performance out of your Surface Laptop 5, the commercial version gives you a slightly faster processor in both the i5 and the i7 variants. And the third biggest difference between commercial and consumer is the warranty. The consumer ships with consumer warranty, whereas the commercial option actually gives you better warranty options out of the box with things like advanced exchange. So if you're looking at buying a Surface Laptop 5 for your business, I'd recommend spending a little bit more because that is actually one of the differences. The commercial version is a little bit more expensive, but it gives you a better warranty experience, it gives you a slightly better processor, and it gives you Windows 10 or Windows 11 Pro, things that you actually need for your business to run properly. The last thing I think you should know about the Surface Laptop 5 over Surface Laptop 4 is the range of colors that it comes in. Microsoft has kept basically the exact same color palette with the Surface Laptop 4 to Surface Laptop 5, except they've gotten rid of the blue color and replaced it with the sage green that looks really nice in photos, but I haven't seen it in person. It also comes in two different finishes. You have the Alcantara, which is that soft feel material on the keyboard rest, or you can get the full metal version. There is a difference here that I've noticed now in the Surface Laptop 5. In the Alcantara with the soft cover on the keyboard, that comes with Gorilla Glass 3 on the screen. In the metal version though, you can actually get Gorilla Glass 5 as standard, which I think is an interesting decision. I'm not sure why they've got Gorilla Glass 3 on the Alcantara and Gorilla Glass 5 on the metal, but if you're wanting to get the most sturdy laptop, it looks like the Surface Laptop 5 in the metal body has a slightly more durable screen with Gorilla Glass 5 over Gorilla Glass 3. So there you have it. Those are 5 things I think you should know about the Surface Laptop 5. Let me know your thoughts on the next generation of Surface Laptop, what you like about it, what you don't like about it, and if you are going to buy one. Of course, if you like this video, let me know by giving it a thumbs up. If you want to supercharge the way it's your computer, hit that subscribe button as well. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.